What's up, everyone? Today we're talking about what is arguably Minehut's biggest 2b2t ripoff, a forgotten anarchy war server that quietly shaped one of the most intense conflicts the platform has ever seen. This server started all the way back in early 2021, and unlike most Minehut servers at the time, it wasn't about mini-games or factions with rules. This was full anarchy, war, griefing, no resets, and no mercy. From the very beginning, the server was split into two major factions. On one side, Team Valkyria, on the other, the last Templar. At first, things were surprisingly calm. The earliest settlements were built roughly 500 blocks from spawn, and for a while, there were no active wars. Players were testing the server, building small bases, and figuring out what kind of environment this place would become. But that peace didn't last. As the server grew, bases began popping up further out, 1,000 to 2,000 blocks from spawn. And this is where the first real power center emerged. The first major settlement was Valkyria City, founded by Walmart Ninja and Bad Scout. Team Valkyria quickly became known for doing something most Minehut players had never seen before: large-scale spawn bases. They took direct inspiration from infamous 2b2t builds like Wrath Outpost and the Lands, recreating that same chaotic industrial wasteland style right near spawn. For a time, Valkyria City stood uncontested until March of 2021. One day, the unthinkable happened. Valkyria City was griefed by the last Templar. This single act flipped the entire server upside down. Team Valkyria was furious. In response, they united and launched what would become known as the first true incursion on the server. Their plan was simple, brutal, and very 2b2t inspired. Build 2 spawn bases within a 2,000 block radius. Kill every new player and rival faction. Grief spawn relentlessly. And hold territory through sheer strength and fear. This is when Wrath Outpost and Seven Hells spawn base were constructed. The objectives of the incursion were clear: defend Seven Hells, defend Wrath Outpost, control spawn, and most importantly, trust no one. But eventually, disaster struck. Wrath Outpost was griefed early one morning, while most of Team Valkyria was offline. Seven Hells became the last remaining spawn base still standing, and the question everyone asked was simple: who did it? The answer: SkyGod 12 and his team. By this point, the incursion was nearing its end, and only one thing remained: a final battle that would decide everything. This battle wasn't just one location. It spanned from spawn all the way to the Templars' main base, and Team Valkyria struck when the Templars least expected it. In a clean, coordinated attack, Valkyria moved in, spawning dozens of withers, tearing through defenses, and systematically griefing every dupe stash and remaining chest left behind in the ruins. By the end of it, the war was over. The server was left scarred, spawn destroyed, bases gone, history buried under lava and obsidian. And just like many 2b2t inspired servers, it faded into obscurity. But for those who were there, this wasn't just a Minehut server, it was an anarchy war. And this was Minehut's biggest 2b2t ripoff.